Cassie Ventura didn't let the story end with a prison sentence. After Sean Diddy Combs was handed 50 months in federal prison for violating the Mann Act, she made sure her voice stayed front and center. Not in the form of a press tour, not through social media posts, but in a letter to the judge that hit harder than any verdict. This wasn't a rehash of the past. Everyone already knows the history, the rumors, the trial, the footage, the fallout. Cassie's letter is about now. It's about the scars she still carries every single day. It's about how the trauma doesn't just vanish because the court gave Diddy a number. Her words are heavy, the kind that stick in your chest after you read them. She talks about waking up in the middle of the night with her heart racing, replaying memories she never asked to have. She admits she had to move her family out of New York just to breathe without looking over her shoulder. She tells the judge straight up, "This isn't over. Not for her." What makes it so powerful is how stripped down it is. There's no dramatics, no fluff. It's survival in black and white. She writes that Diddy hasn't changed, that all the rebranding, the "I'm a new man" act, the PR stunts, it's all just performance. And she's not fooled. She calls it hollow, manipulative, fake. It's the kind of honesty that makes you stop scrolling because it doesn't sound like a celebrity statement. It sounds like someone fighting to make sure the truth can't be buried under money and influence. Cassie's family backed her up with their own letters, too. Her parents wrote about how fear doesn't just live with her, it bleeds into everyone who loves her. They talked about what it's like to watch their daughter carry this weight every day, to live with the constant low-level panic that something could happen again. Other witnesses chimed in, too, echoing the same point. A sentence is one thing, but the damage Diddy caused doesn't end when the court adjourns. That's the part people can't ignore. This isn't just about whether 4 years is long enough. It's about the reality that abuse doesn't clock out. Cassie still lives with it. Her family lives with it. The witnesses live with it. And when she says that letting him out early would put her and maybe others back in danger, it's impossible not to hear the urgency. Right now, the talk around Diddy Camp is about good behavior and program credits. Federal inmates can shave off time if they keep their record clean inside, take part in certain rehab or educational programs, or complete courses the Bureau of Prisons considers productive. In plain terms, if he plays it safe, stays out of trouble, and signs up for classes, he could be out sooner than expected. We're not talking months here. We're talking potentially a year or more cut from his time. Diddy's lawyers are also eyeing compassionate release angles. It's a strategy you usually hear about when inmates have health problems, family emergencies, or other extraordinary circumstances. While nothing has officially been filed yet, insiders are already whispering that his team could start pushing that route after he serves at least a year. The goal would be to argue that his age, health, or conditions in prison warrant an earlier release. Whether a judge buys that is another story, but the fact that the idea is even floating shows how far his camp is thinking ahead. It's not just about release either. It's about where and how he serves his time. Lawyers are reportedly working overtime to get him into the most comfortable federal facilities possible. Minimum security prisons, sometimes called club feds, look nothing like the violent, overcrowded jails most people imagine. Think dorm-style housing, more movement, and access to programs that could make his time far less punishing. Getting him there instead of a harsher facility is already a win for his defense. Of course, all of this legal maneuvering is happening while the public is still reeling from Cassie Ventura's letter. Her words about the ongoing fear and trauma she lives with stand in stark contrast to Diddy's team trying to cut deals for early freedom. On one side, you have a survivor explaining why she still can't sleep peacefully. On the other, you have lawyers strategizing how to spin good behavior into a ticket out of prison. The clash couldn't be sharper. Prosecutors, for their part, are pushing back hard. They've already signaled that they'll fight any attempt to reduce his sentence, pointing to the seriousness of the crimes and the lack of remorse he's shown. Their argument is that letting him out early would send the exact wrong message, not just to survivors, but to the entire entertainment industry that watched this case unfold. For now, Diddy is adjusting to life behind bars. Gone are the private jets, the luxury penthouses, the Met Gala entrances. His day now runs on the rigid schedule of the Bureau of Prisons. Wake-ups at dawn, set meal times, set recreation times. Movement is tracked, visits are limited, and for someone used to absolute control, the loss of power will sting. But even as he settles in, his team is already planning for his exit. The truth is, no one expects Diddy to serve the full 50 months. With good behavior, programs, and possible early release motions, insiders say the real number could land closer to 3 years or less. But that gap between the sentence on paper and the time actually served is exactly what Cassie warned about in her letter. She said early release would be dangerous. She said leniency would send the wrong message. And as his lawyers begin working toward that exact outcome, her words feel even heavier. And that's it for today's video. But do you think Diddy will serve the full sentence, or will his lawyers find a way to shave it down? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next update.